Hi everyone. Want to make a card for your mom or your aunt or your abuela or anyone you care for Mother's Day? Well, here's how to create a flower. Let's begin. Start in the center with a sort of like a wiggly little circle. And inside of that circle, you're just going to continue to go around and around and around inside of that circle. After you do that, you're going to go on the outside of the circle and you're going to draw a series of wiggly lines. Every time you leave off, you go back to the middle of the last line and you add more wiggly lines. Now, the lines aren't exactly wiggly, they're just sort of curvy. And what they are is to appear as though they are petals. So you just keep adding lines around the last line that you did. Go back a little bit, make another wavy line, go back a little bit, make another wavy line, and you'll repeat this process around and around and around your circle until it appears as though it's a flower, a bloomed flower. You can skip around the flower however you want. Wavy line, stop, go back a little bit, wavy line, stop, go back a little bit, wavy line, stop. And you can see as I'm repeating this process, the flower is starting to develop. Now after you're done making those wavy lines, you can do as many as you want and you can repeat this process to make the flower even larger. After you have made it as large as you want it to be, the next step is to create petals or leaves around. Add a few more touches. Now, of course, you'll be drawing in pencil, not in marker or otherwise. If you mess up, you'll have to repeat the process over and over again. But to draw the leaves, all you're going to do is make a curved line down, then bring it back to the flower, and don't forget your line in the middle to make it appear as though it's an actual leaf. Make sure that the bottom of the leaf is pointed at the end. You can make it on the left and you can make leaves on the right. However, you have to try to balance out your design by whatever you do on the left or the right, you have to make on the other side. You can make clusters of flower or leaves by making 2 or 3 in a cluster. Then after you're done, you're going to write your message. You're going to write out who your design is to. So you're going to write to and then a colon. And then I wanted to put the world's greatest mom. So you'll write all in capital letters. Now you can make your letters as fancy or as simple as you'd like. If you write in capital letters, it looks a little bit more formal though. And at the end of writing all of your letters, you can make curved letters by just adding a little curl at the end of each of the letters. I'm writing to the world's greatest mom. Now, I just want you to be sure that you're able to fit out everything on the line. So try to write it like me, because if you try to write greatest and mom all in the same line, what could possibly happen is that you may run out of space and you don't want your words to look too jumbled up. So just try to put about 2 or 3 words on one line, and that way you'll know that you have enough space. Now here what I made was box letters for the word mom, but you don't have to do that. I just did that to give you another idea of what it could possibly look like. Then at the bottom, after you write your message, you're going to write love, and then a colon, and then that is where you will write your name in that spot right there. As you can see, all I'm doing with the letters is adding a little bit of touch of detail by curling the letters. You can put lines around the word mom to make it appear as though it's like mom. You're shouting out the word mom. This is the part where you really get to make it your own. So be as creative as possible. Spend a lot of time really making it look nice. Remember, when you are giving your drawing to someone, you want to really, really put your best effort forward, because if you don't, what if they keep it and then it'll be by you? So you always want them to remember your best work. Now, after you're done writing everything, you can add any other little touches of detail that you want around the flower. If you want to put hearts or butterflies, anything spring-like, if you want to put rainbows, clouds, it's up to you. You're the artist. You choose. Today, I'm only simply putting hearts to show love. You can create a variety of them by making some images larger than others, or you can keep them all the same size. Now what I'm going to simply do is I'm just going to color in my leaves. I'm going to use crayons this time, but you can use markers if you have them, or you can use colored pencils. I like to use crayons often because it's easy for me to color in very brightly with the crayons, but it's up to you. I know that some of you really like to color lightly, and that's your thing, and that's okay. It's your choice, you're the artist, and it's you who is going to be giving this away. So do it how you want. My drawing is just a suggestion to give you an idea of what it could possibly look like in the medium that I am using, which is crayons. Now, normally what I would do is I would fast forward through this video, but I'm taking my time because I want to make sure that we are doing this together. So if at any moment that you need to stop during this video, pause it so that you can catch up, spend a little time, erase, or whatever you have to do. But I'm not going to speed forward this video today because I want to make sure that we sort of can do it together. Now to color in the flower, since I colored in marker and Sharpie marker and I traced over all of my pencil lines in Sharpie marker, I can just simply color right over this entire flower. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go back to this after I have filled in my first color, and I'm going to shade directly on top of all of the lines with uh, orange. In this particular drawing, I'm going to use orange because orange is closest to yellow. If you were using purple, you could use another darker purple to color in the edges, or you could use blue, because when you mix blue and purple together, you get what you would call indigo. But because I colored in my flower with yellow, I'm going to use the next color that's in the color that's next to it in the rainbow, and I'm going to use orange so that there won't be too drastic of a change. And all this is simply going to do is give the flower more dimension by just very lightly shading over top of the lines to make the flower look more three-dimensional. Don't go hard with this, just color kind of medium to light, remembering to color on top of the lines. Don't color on top of the inside of the petals, just color on top of the lines, and that will make it look more three-dimensional. As you can see, it's already starting to happen here. Now, if you wanted to make a bouquet of flowers, what you could do is you could have drawn your flower smaller, and then you can add a bunch of these little flowers all around to make it look like really one full bouquet. So you could take this flower, draw it smaller, and you could color this maybe yellow, and then another one you could color pink, and then another one you could color lavender or light purple or light blue. And then you could have a cluster of flowers. You don't simply just have to draw one flower. Making sure to do your best work. Get all of the lines. And then after you're done that, then you can color in the letters very lightly. You can color in your hearts. Just give a light shade over all of your letters. Even if you want to take it a step further and you want to take a lighter color and color all around the background, that's really nice too. That's a good idea. But make it really special. Now what I did is I colored in these letters, but what I am going to do is I think I'm going to take the yellow and I'm going to color around that to really emphasize the word mom around those little lines. And then lastly, what I'll do is I'll color in my hearts. And then after that, I think my design will be complete. Don't forget to make sure that after the word love, you sign your name. If you're able to write in cursive, wonderful. I think that would look great, but you don't have to. So here's the end of our drawing. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a very, very happy Mother's Day. Bye.